Starfield haters, listen, you lose, all right? Starfield is a massive success. Millions of players are playing this game across the world and having the time of their life, and you just need to move on. Stop crying, go home. And if you think I'm just a fanboy blowing smoke, well, as you hit the dislike button and type your nasty and ignorant comment, let me throw some numbers at you that prove just how wrong you are. Welcome to Starfield Signal, your place for everything Starfield. Now, listen, if you've watched my channel for any amount of time, you know that I try to stay positive and I try to elevate the discourse around Starfield and not get dragged into stupid arguments on the internet. But the level of hate that Starfield has been getting is just wild. It's kind of just asinine. So please forgive me if this video seems a bit spiteful, but every now and then it's okay to take a victory lap. First, let's check in with the haters. As we all knew this was coming, Starfield was review bombed hard on Metacritic last week. The user score sits at a 6.4 out of 10 with almost 6,000 user reviews. 3,442 were positive, 460 mixed, and 2,089 negative at the time of recording. And it's really sad that these haters can't even muster the energy to put a little creativity behind their negative comments. Hey, if you don't play the game, the least you can do is actually listen to an actual critic's thoughts and then just kind of morph all those into negative opinions. But unfortunately, all the negative reviews are just an echo chamber of the same senseless and out of context phrases. With that out of the way, let's look at the fact that Starfield has rocketed to #1 in the UK sales charts. Christopher Dring from GamesIndustry.biz tweeted, "Starfield is #1 in the UK box charts, which is impressive. It's not the biggest physical launch of 2023. It's behind Hogwarts, Zelda, Star Wars, Resi 4, Final Fantasy 16, and Dead Island 2 on that list, but it's almost identical to Diablo 4, and that's significant because," and he continues, "Diablo 4 was a major digital hit. Starfield will be similar because it's on the two most digital platforms, PC and Xbox. Note, Diablo is also on PS5, which does okay physically. Throw in Game Pass, and this might be the biggest launch of 2023, and that's saying something." I want to say parenthetically here that I totally called this in a video that I released about a couple of months ago, and so if you want to kind of see the math and how I worked it all out, go check out that video, I'll link it. But for now, if you're not a Starfield hater, if you could click or tap that like button to kind of help give me some love in the midst of all the hate that I'm sure this video is going to get, I'd appreciate the help. Continuing on with Starfield's successes, during the game's early access launch window, where players would have paid at least a $30 premium to play early, the concurrent player count on Steam topped out at about 230,000 players, which is just an amazing number, and it continued to grow to over 330,000 players over this past weekend following Starfield's official release. But that is not all. Last week, on the evening of Starfield's official launch day of September 6th, Phil Spencer, head of Xbox, tweeted, "Starfield has exceeded 1 million concurrent players across all platforms." Followed up the next day by Bethesda's official Twitter account announcing Starfield had 6 million players just 48 hours after the official launch, making it Bethesda's best game launch ever. Now, going back to Christopher Dring for a moment, he also expounded that he estimates 80% of Starfield UK sales are actually digital, which means that only an estimated 20% of Starfield sales in the UK are contributing to the box charts, and it still made it to the #1 spot. And he continued to clarify these figures don't include Game Pass numbers. He mentioned about 40% of the Xbox audience is on Game Pass, so about 60% of them are most likely buying Starfield outright through the premium or the standard physical editions, making all of these numbers all the more impressive. Now, this is all huge news, but it's also very interesting in the context of Fallout 4's launch. Again, I made a whole video about this, and I'll link that in the description and the pinned comment, but all you need to know is that Fallout 4 had a massive launch of 13.5 million units shipped in the first week. At that time, this was a record for brick-and-mortar retail stores, but it also included 1.2 million digital sales. So the point I want to make here is, if Bethesda is saying that more people are playing Starfield than Fallout 4 just 48 hours into the game's respective launch windows, that is a clear indication that we could see some massive player numbers for Starfield after the first week. I estimated that 16.8 million players would install Starfield in its launch window, and I think I want to double down on that. If you want to see how I arrived to all of those numbers, definitely check out the video where I go through all the analysis. If you're looking for a way to upgrade your gaming space, I have the perfect solution for you. PixelEmpire makes some of the best design posters in the gaming and movie industry, and they've partnered with me to bring you an exclusive Starfield print only available through my link. This is a limited edition Starfield design that will be the perfect fit for your gaming space. You can click or tap on that link in the video's description and pin comment. Thank you to all of our patrons and our channel members. If you want to check out the perks that they get, you can check out those links in the description. For now, may you find wonder as you journey through the stars.